Alright, guys, we're going to be getting started here shortly. Let me just switch over. Alright.
Hi.
Alright, so for some reason my chat is kind of having some issues. Let's see if I can refresh this and get it working on at least one of my screens. I am able to see you guys on my phone chat, but I'm not able to see you on any of my monitors.
Oh, it's Devin. I'm scared. It's Devin. It's a hooligan. The hooligan Devin has arrived. Ew, it's Devin.
Oh no, it's Abby, run!
What? Who said that?
What?
Who said it? Really, Nicholas?
A pest indeed.
Did you just call me a pest?
Yeah. Stop it, you hammerhead.
Why are you being so mean to me?
So you watch Next Generation? Now you're scarred for life? I believe we all are. Oh, wait a minute. We got some movement in the chat. Alright, alright. Let me bring that up correctly. Alright, now we're up and running. Hello, how you guys doing tonight? You ready for... I'm about to say Dead by Daylight, but I've been seeing Leatherface. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning.
At least Clay and
Abby the Pest.
and Voorhees Myers isn't being mean to me. They're nice.
Alright. You should be scared, Abby. You should be very scared.
I'm not.
You should be.
I'm not.
You should be.
I'm not. Oh, it's Ty.
How Abby stole Christmas.
I'm gonna take all of Bella's presents. I'm gonna take all my presents. I'm gonna take all your presents.
Let me go ahead and put this in front of you. Wait, no, 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 no. Ah.
That's mean.
Hey, what's going on, Buzz? What's going on, Hardboy? No, we just actually jumped on. What's going on, Ghost? Play? Nicholas? Devin? And
Why is everyone so mean to me?
because you are a super mega pest.
No, you're a hooligan. You're a super mega hooligan.
Whatever.
I'd rather be a pest than a hooligan.
Did I see the parody on the Friday the 13th network? I have not.
I'm surprised.
Hey, what's going on, Robert? How you doing?
Hi.
Did I know the old man in the wheelchair looks like the old man? Looks like that old man was on Friday the 13th remake. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was the one driving the truck.
I'm excited because I get presents in 2 days.
All right. Now, what I need you to do before we watch the movie, because you won't be up here for the movie, you get to go make me a milkshake.
I feel like it. No! That's mine!
To be in,
Don't let the squeaky come out of me.
within the festivities. Now, milkshake.
No!
Milkshake.
No!
Milkshake.
Nah.
Milkshake.
Nah.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I'll cut off your internet.
No!
That's good with me.
No.
I am perfectly fine with that.
No.
It's how Sean Cunningham stole Friday the 13th. Oh, no, I might have to watch that. We're getting ready to get started and get into the movie. Yeah,
No.
Abby, go make us a milkshake.
No. That's mean.
I know. All right, so we're going to be jumping over to the commentary.
I'm not making anybody a milkshake. Only me. I only eat
That's
myself.
fine. We will see how long your internet lasts.
What?
We'll see how long your internet lasts.
No.
I heard something about that, Hardboy. Like I actually went past it when I was putting on The Witcher.
I already know about Krampus.
All right, you may go.
What?
Get.
It's too short.
Get.
Tomorrow I will be young.
Tomorrow, probably not.
What? I'll be young.
But all right.
Just wait.
We are actually going to jump right into it tonight. So let me...
Ow! You just move your thing. I'm gonna make myself a milkshake.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we are going to give the countdown to begin the movie. Hey, what's going on, Husky fan? We have not started yet. I am actually getting ready to give the countdown, and we shall begin. Let me turn off that sound. Get my player up. All right. Now, for anybody that is watching on Facebook, because I know everybody in the chat now, you've been with me for a couple of these, so you know the rules of how to do it. For anybody watching on Facebook, Twitch, Mixer, any of the other platforms, the way this will work is I will be giving a countdown. Assuming that you have your movie, your copy of Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning, ready to go. Once I hit 1, I'll say play, you'll hit play, we'll hit play together, and hopefully, if I make mention of something happening, or you make mention of something happening in the chat, we should be around the same part. So I should know what you're talking about, you should know what I'm talking about. So let me move that up there, and then we shall begin. And we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Nah, Ty, that's what Ghost was talking about. It's a parody or yeah, something like parody, I believe he said. I haven't seen it yet, but I may need to check it out. So why Leatherface survive in this one? Mostly because this is a prequel to the last movie, which means the events of this take place before the last movie we watched. So if Leatherface was to have died, it would cause a very glaring continuity issue. Drinking on the job. Oh. There's a baby Leatherface. So you can hear? Shit. Think I may be too loud again. Oh no, it must not be too bad because I mean I didn't get a strike or anything last time for it. Like I don't think I think if you can hear a consistency of it, then chances are you'll get hit. Like, are you hearing it clearly? Like, can you hear everything, or just like a couple of screams here and there? So you wonder. You look at it like this: what if? Because I mean, she found the baby in the dumpster. What if Thomas Hewitt was actually a Sawyer all along, and the Hewitts took him in? Like I'm thinking, like multiple ways you could bring the Sawyers in from this. And like, what if this Leatherface was actually? I mean, not obviously it doesn't fit in the original film continuity. Like, you couldn't use this as a prequel to the original film. But like as far as like a remake timeline, what if they went forward from this, and as we go into present day, this Leatherface was actually is actually the one that becomes Grandpa. Like personally, I would let them try to move forward because then it's like once all the Hewitts are dead and gone, and Thomas is the only one left. What if he ends up finding out who his real family was? He kills them, but ultimately there may be like one or two standouts, like Nubbins, like Drayton, that are just as fucked up as he is. Or Leatherface becomes so disabled from the events that happen after um, the first film that eventually they have to take care of him and they adapt a lot of his qualities. That'd be a way to do a sequel to the first one of this and actually incorporate the characters from the original film just in modern day. Especially when you consider how old Grandpa actually is. Well, that's what I'm saying, Devin. Like, if they tried to do it like this, like where this film and the first one takes the Leatherface persona but puts it on Grandpa. And then we go from there, from the Hewitts taking a baby that they find in a dumpster in, and then pretty much moving on to him eventually finding out that he was a Sawyer. So we go from the Hewitt Texas Chainsaw Massacre to the Sawyer Texas Chainsaw Massacre with a new Leatherface. I'm not sure. Ghostface versus 5 Chuckies. I mean, possession angle aside, I think 5 Chuckies would probably take him out. Remake Leatherface versus remake Jason. That'd definitely be a hell of a fight. The only reason I would want to go with Jason on that would be possibly because Jason is a bit of a smarter creature in the remake. He does lay out traps himself. He's learned how to live off the land by himself. He doesn't depend on his family or anybody else but himself. So to me, he'd be more resourceful. If Leatherface ends up where Michael Myers is at. You mean like face to face with each other? Because I mean, my first inclination was Leatherface would be the aggressor. Whether he would survive the encounter depends on one false move with the chainsaw. Oh man, the juicy levels have just gone up 100-fold, man. Like remake Leatherface versus remake Michael. I mean, both are highly strong and fucking very aggressive. But judging by what we've seen from 2 movies, well, I haven't watched this in a while yet, but just judging by Leatherface in the last one and Michael Myers in the, I would just use part 1. I would probably say Leatherface would likely win if he was able to catch Michael with his mask off. If Michael was the aggressor with his mask already on and went after Leatherface, it would be a drawn out, knockdown fight, but I think Michael would win. But if Leatherface catches Michael with his mask off and he's able to rev his chainsaw and really go after him, then shit, like fucking, I don't think Michael's gonna survive that. Juice it up. We got that fight on Mortal Kombat 10, Jason versus Leatherface. Yeah, true. Play the game. Not playing the game tonight, my friend. We are doing a commentary. So if you have Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning, feel free to throw in your copy and I'll give you the timestamp to where we're at. Still early on. And not speak English, Spanish. Oh, well, I mean, well, then that will be a bit of a barrier. I don't think I have closed caption on any of these videos as well. So that's kind of a drawback. So, do they live in the woods? Leatherface and Jason. Jason lives on the like sort of around the campgrounds. Leatherface, he lives in a house in the middle of pretty much nowhere. Not the woods though. I mean, he has some trees around where he lives, but it's not like it's not meant to be a forest. Oh my god. Just bludgeoning his legs like fucking misery style. Ooh. Why does that song kind of sound like? Feels like that song kind of sounded like in the beginning there, from Saul. Got his severance pay, a chainsaw. JG Dark versus Bad Santa. I mean, you never know. He might be drunk. I might stand a chance. Yes, that would be an interesting number, Buzz. But the number would also have to be kind of low for no one to really garner attention enough, especially the multitude of people that would have disappeared around then, to disappear in that area and nobody take notice. So the number would have to be low. That or it would have to be explained maybe through like car wrecks and stuff like that. I think Leatherface will get along with Norman Bates. Probably not. I mean, Leatherface, even though they do have members in their crew that's not part of their family, as said here, like they're stealing babies and shit like that. Leatherface likely would have to know you to an extent. Ooh. Like he would have to know you to an extent of comfortability. Hammer time. that, very true. very, very true on both legs, head, and everything. So my thing is, would that like wouldn't they know that this cop was pretty much coming to arrest Thomas Hewitt, and nobody took notice that he was missing for years, and that possibly he was being impersonated? Because they, as we see, he's not exactly shy with using the uniform and the police car. Ooh. So you see there, like he killed him, like say he just killed the entire sheriff's department. So literally just one cop in that entire town. You have a good night, Devin. Yeah, I recognized him, Robert. He was in Halloween. He was the guy that Danny Trejo was supposed to be. I guess he was training or something in Smith's Grove. That ended up getting killed by Michael during the rape scene. So the moment they turned to cannibalism. Sheriff Stu. Not gonna lie though, look good. But then again, I just might be extremely hungry. So you heard a puppy? That is right. That is my dog going nuts. Billy from Silent Night, Deadly Night versus the Killer in the OG Black Christmas. I'll get back to you on that after tomorrow play. When we watch the OG Black Christmas, that way it's fresh in my mind. I mean, I'm leaning towards the Black Christmas Killer, but not 100% sure. Now I heard Abby. I mean, she haunts the entire house, so I mean, it's hard not to hear Abby. So you're most likely not going to be able to make it tomorrow. I mean, it's understandable. It's Christmas Eve. Like, I'm not expecting everyone to be in the stream. Like, I know there's going to be a lot of traveling and, like, family stuff and stuff like that. I know that. Especially with as late as I'm likely going to be on. Leatherface grow his arms back in this one. He didn't. This is a prequel. The events of this film take place before the events of the last film. So look at this as part one, and the film we watched yesterday as part two. I don't know, Robert, because I mean, we see Drayton with a sadistic streak to him, but I don't know how he would do in an actual fight with another human being. I mean, she's on a motorcycle. Ooh, cow! I mean, at least this cow wasn't like a fucking exploding brick wall like it was in Halloween 2. Hey, what's going on, Gabe? How you doing? We are currently about 25 minutes into the film. Damn. She got thrown pretty far. Chainsaws in Texas. I mean, they have some variety. Sometimes game. Sometimes mallets. Sometimes meat hooks. Ooh. The cow was made out of vibranium or something. Pretty much, especially the way the van hits it in Halloween 2. There was more give in the van than there was with the cow. I remember gay cyber sex. I remember. I cannot forget. That's what I'm wondering, Buzz. I actually just watched that episode where Baby Yoda force choked someone, Gabe. Which I believe with The Mandalorian, the next episode is the last, isn't it? Of the season? I'm wondering, where they're going to be going with that storyline. I mean, it's the holidays. He might have got his gift cards. So I'm still wondering why they never gave us. If you're going to give us a prequel and show Leatherface, like how he gets the mask and all that and his history, like all this is all good, but I'm wondering why they didn't give us almost like a sort of a lead-in to pretty much what happened to the girl in the previous movie. Or are we all just going off the assumption, like we said last night, that she was Sally Hardesty? Just a remake version of her. Because I'm still thinking that's who that is. Man, they got there quick with the tow truck. Ooh. Got a little bit loud there for a second. I don't think they ever did say her last name. Okay, only 8? Alright, I got you. Still gotta figure out who got that, pick up that body in the desert. Could be Boba Fett. Could be. That'd be an interesting way to tie everything in. I may have to look that up, Buzz. Actually, I'll check that out now. In one moment. All right, it says her surname was never really said in the movies, at least from what I'm seeing through the wiki. What is that from, Gabe? I mean, that's a hell of a way to pay your debt. Oh, it's from Red Dead 2, really? I still haven't played. I've been meaning to buy that, and I should have probably bought it on Black Friday. But I did, like I said, I got Resident Evil 3 on pre order, so I do know for sure I'm going to be playing that. Let's assume Aaron's last name is Franklin. That'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting little flip. Hey, Ranger, how you doing? What'd you miss? We are currently about 37 minutes into the movie. So we are currently at the moment where Sheriff Hoyt is pretty much bringing everybody back to the Hewitt house. Yeah, I remember the first Red Dead game, especially the zombie mode. I was a big fan of that. So I'm surprised they haven't done that for it as well. Remake Leatherface versus Ash in a chainsaw sword fight. So Ash doesn't have the boomstick. Because I'm fairly certain Ash should probably get his ass kicked against remake Leatherface. See, with that a recommendation like that, Gabe, I may have to grab it up. Oh, I feel you, Gabe. I feel you. Personally, any game that allows me to be able to do stuff on my own, I chances are lean more towards that. Unless I'm forced in a teamwork situation. I mean, Dead by Daylight, I kind of gotten used to the whole teamwork aspect of it. Even though most of the time the team is usually shit. Unless you're playing with friends. Like Bruce Campbell as Lex. I don't know. I mean, Bruce Campbell we know he has an asshole streak to him, but I don't know if I could ever bring myself to really dislike him as a villain. That's just that's a tough way. Like getting the cling wrap all over your face and suffocating. Mm. I love a man in uniform. It wouldn't be the first time I've heard something like that, Buzz. It kind of reminds me of what's her name? Shit, Betsy Palmer and Friday the 13th actually smacking Adrian King. Oh man, I haven't picked up any kind of game in a midnight release in about 15 years. Like mostly all the games I get digital copies of. Mostly because I don't prefer having clutter of all the games that I got all over. So digital copies are fine with me. Have I played Man of Medan? Yes, I have. The first time I played it, I think two or three people in my of my characters like died, and now I'm trying to retrace my steps and go forward, trying to get everybody to survive. It definitely creates a like it's the same narrative, but there's so much more story the longer you can keep everyone alive. Yeah, Gunnar Hansen did do that. I remember that too. Because it was like they were frustrated with something and he just said, fuck it, and grabbed the knife and cut her finger. Ooh. Oh, man. And the chainsaw in Evil Dead 1 was real. I remember hearing that too. Mm. To be completely honest, Nicholas, I would have probably been one of those people too. Like if I had a Resident Evil costume, I would have probably been there in it if I was picking one up. He's got a nose now. I'm surprised they haven't rebooted the Manhunt games. Considering the volatile nature of what we got in games now, like Manhunt isn't that bad in comparison. It was never really that bad to me in the first place. Like a lot of people blew that out of proportion. Leon or Chris? I'm a Chris guy. Like Leon's cool, and I love Resident Evil 2, but Chris, I gotta stay with the original. Holy shit. That lady was huge. It's like seeing how they're trying to get used to the whole like aspect of like just someone being under there. It's some kind of skin eating disease, I believe he had. I'm not sure the actual name of it, but it is a real thing. At what point do you think like adrenaline would kick in? I mean, granted, he did take a lot of fucking damage, but he has no broken bones or anything. At least not that we know. So you'd wonder like if adrenaline would kick in. He's like, all right, we got to get the fuck out of here. My thing is, with as big as she is, you would wonder once they turn to cannibalism, like what would have happened, like in that particular situation. Like not the fat shame or anything, but you are that big and you're around a bunch of cannibalistic people. So did I see your comment, Anthony? I did not. Why? What'd you say? I think you might be hearing shouting in the movie. I don't hear anything outside of it. But how fast is Leatherface to run up on there and do that? Like, Leatherface would have to be fast as shit. Ooh. Getting flashbacks of Dead by Daylight again. No, I think you might be hearing from here play. Like my headphones might be loud enough to where it's in the speaker. That might be what you're hearing. Like definitely nothing wrong with being big at all. But my thing is like when you're there comes a certain point where if you're that big from eating people, how many people are you eating? And then on top of that, you're around a bunch of cannibals with you. How long is it, especially if they run low on food supply? How long is it before they turn on her and eat her? Watching JG Dark is like going to first grade. Sharing is caring. If only Abby would share a freaking milkshake that I sent her to go get and she never came back with. I'm going to shut off her internet later. Remake Leatherface versus 2018 Myers. I think it would be more in Myers' wheelhouse on that one. But that would be depending on the situation. Because if it's a head on fight, like Leatherface with his chainsaw revving against 2018 Michael, I'm thinking that Leatherface may win that one. I don't think so, Anthony. With Jason, it was just pretty much him using any kind of sharp object to kill. I don't think it was ever really intended for it to mean anything. Plus, the knife that Jason uses in part 2 is not the same kind of knife that Michael uses in part 1. And then the knife that Michael uses in part 2, briefly, isn't a butcher knife of the same make. I know, Nick. Like, where's the milkshake? I'm dying here. I need a sugar rush. He just cop a feel too when he did that. Was I the only one that saw that? Oh, I thought he put the nails in them. tell Bella. I don't want her trying to make one. The mess isn't worth it. Pretty much where he gets the idea. She's ignoring everything, Nicholas. We have a wild Amanda sighting. Yeah, Amanda, ask Abby how about that milkshake? Like, I'm still over here waiting. A bit parched. Probably, Buzz. Sad thing is, they probably made milkshakes for themselves. Like, the way Abby works is you'll send her to go do something, and if it sounds good to her, she'll do it for herself, forget about what's for you, and just come up and, like, have it in your face. Like, yeah, is that mine? Like, no, I forgot you wanted one. And, like, just pretty much eat hers. And, like, well, you going to go down and make one for me? Like, no, I was already down there. I'm good. Then you spend the rest of the night over with the toy, like, machete. Just like. Or Chucky. You know what? I think there might be a Chucky sighting tonight. What? Bella yelling something about donkey. Ooh. You'll duke it her into next year. What's going on, Hostel? How you doing? Make that coyote. What? What am I missing about a coyote? alive! That is quite awesome to hear, Hostile. I am absolutely glad to hear it and that you can join us tonight. We are currently an hour into the movie if you want to join. Bella's calling Abby a coyote again. See, it's all because of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Amanda. Once we started watching the movies, cannibalism became a valid option as far as hunger goes. Ooh. I don't know, like remake Leatherface versus Part 4 Jason. That would be a knockdown, drag out kind of fight. Ooh. Oh man, I forgot how brutal that is. Like his evolution is about to be complete. Oh yeah, he's pretty much done. Abby is the boring coyote, and Bella is the angry donkey. Ooh. I know they were saying that you can hear some screams and sounds, but it should be fine. Like I'm immersed into the movie. And so far, I haven't gotten any kind of claim or warning or anything. So, yeah, it should be good. Pretty much. Like, he was impressed when Leatherface cut the guy in half. Would have been a nice touch if the mask, like once he sewed it all together, if it kind of resembled the original mask from the original '74 film, just like a fresh version of it. Well, you can't deny Leatherface's sewing skills, though. Like he's got that on par. Is that what all that earthquaking is about? Last time was fucking bullshit. She was way too fast. Boba Fett versus a Predator. I would probably say a Predator would probably beat him. But I'm not sure, like, if Boba Fett's visor would allow him to see the Predator cloaked also. But, like, just one against the other, I would probably lean more towards Predator. It's the same shit that gets you killed in Dead by Daylight. Fucking altruism. Like, she could have gotten away and pretty much never. Like, you'd have figured, like, yeah, her friend would have died, but how many other lives would she have probably saved? But I mean, I get the conflict. Any holiday plans in action? Well, sadly, I do work tomorrow, but I will be back to stream Black Christmas. The commentary for that. Ooh. Even them up. Hey, what's going on, 17 Hamzia? How you doing? And Bella's an angry donkey. Accurate. What? I'm good, apart from burping nonstop. I mean, you're not sick or anything, are you? Oh, most are on command, though. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Yeah, that shit's funny as hell. Oh, look at that. That's damn sloppy. Now, even them up. like, like just nonchalant. Like, go ahead and cut the other leg off, too. I was wondering that, too, Ranger. Like, did they eat his legs? I'm willing to guess they probably did. But how awkward would it be if Monty actually ate his own legs? Can I burp on command? No, I can't. I can imagine Leatherface thinking both things play. I guess we get our dinner scene. So you wonder how much one body would sustain them before they would have to butcher another one. So you just know, like, Otis from the Devil's Rejects would fit so perfectly within that family. Like, all the Fireflies probably would. But I guess that's also why even after watching this, I think Rob Zombie would fit so perfectly doing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. He made Monty like get up like, what? I needed to change the background to something crispy. That's why I got the lights. You don't see all the lights up here and down below. It's about as Christmassy as it gets. I don't know. I might do something with the background tomorrow. We'll see. Santa JG. Hmm. I don't know. A lot of the things that she's saying to Leatherface, I'd probably have some different wording to that. It'd definitely be less PG. Ooh. Kick him in the balls. Oh, that was a mean dive through the window. Like, what did you say, Abby? Abby was timed out. Mm. Creatures that emerge from his dreads. Actually, I think that could actually work too. That'd be a hell of a concept, given some of his costumes. You could probably do something with that. Like in a serious, actual manner, too. I'm surprised they didn't buzz. Like, considering that it's been abandoned, you'd think they would use it to some extent. Really, Abby? We'll take care of that too. Hey, what's going on, Chuck? How you doing? Yeah, pretty much Abby's the new chillin'. We're gonna have to put her back in the basement. She has 2 accounts. No, she tried using her sister's account. Not exactly, Ghost Abby. Oh, we'll get Chucky after. As soon as the stream is over, she might be getting a long, drawn out visit from Chucky. Yeah, I guess he kind of does, doesn't he? Thanos snap pretty much got the Leatherface. Ooh. Please videotape it. I'll try. I make no promises, but I guarantee at some point I will get her being terrified by Chucky on tape. It will be on the channel too. I know, this wouldn't happen. She just made the milkshake. what's going on, Samsung Flat? How you doing? All right. Pretty good prequel. I mean, definitely not as good as the previous film, but still decent enough. Oh man, but yeah, that was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. Let me jump over here. Oh no, not that. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're where we should be. What'd you miss? Mostly, we just got done watching the movie, and getting ready to jump off to try to chain both children to the backyard until they tire themselves out. Leatherface is kind of walking at the end there, like pretty much like, yeah, it's a long day at work today. Oh man. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna go finally get that fucking milkshake that I've been wanting forever. But thank you guys for joining, especially everybody that joined late. Thank you guys for popping in and out. Everybody that followed on Twitch, if you sub through YouTube, all that. Thank all you guys. I hope you guys have a good night. And I will see you tomorrow for Black Christmas. Which that will probably... think I'm going to probably be on around 11 o'clock at night for that. So it's going to be one of those movies that lead us into Christmas. So it should be pretty good, depending on your time zone. I mean, if you're on the West Coast, obviously, it's going to be kind of different. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Black Christmas. And as always, I am JG Dark. And thanks for watching. Time to go get a fucking milkshake.